channel, right channel, center.
VTuber 一問一答自己紹介
Yeah, and the tape's
それじゃあ
rolling.
行くよせーのお名前は
Katt Phloxworthy.
呼び方は
Just Cat is fine.
あなたは何系 VTuber?
Nerdy cat girl who features space
誕
flight.
生日は
May 4th.
年齢は
Older than Pneumatic.
性別は
Transgender
身
female.
長は
4'11".
出身は
Sacramento County.
チャームポイントは
Dialogue hair clip.
突然ですがモノマネどうぞ
Yeah, what's up, Dad?
活動場所は
Twitch, Twitter, YouTube.
はじめの挨拶
Thank you for joining me.
終わりの挨拶
Bye.
推しマークは
None at present.
配信タグは
Cat-like feed.
ファンアートは
Cat pics.
ファンネームは
Cat's apprentices.
好きな色は
Iris Indigo.
好きなことは
Vintage computers and
得
video.
意なことは
Technology.
ここで一言愛の告白好
I love you.
きな食べ物は
Ethnic foods.
好きな飲み物は
Craft soda.
好きな漫画は
Pizza 10.
好きなアニメは
Planet.
好きなゲームは
Left 4 Dead 2.
好きな音楽は
Classic rock.
苦手なことは
Human stupidity.
尊敬するのは
Space fairy people.
叶えたい夢は
ISS crew
最後にみん
interview.
なに一言どう
Thanks
ぞ
so much for your support and a final status check.
Go Atlas.
Go Centaur.
Go Katt Phlox.
You have permission to launch.
3, 2, 1. RD-180 ignition. Booster ignition and liftoff of Atlas V and Centaur. Whoops, not quite what I was after, but let's do this anyway. We'll fix that. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Thank you so much for joining me. Katt Phloxworthy here. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Yeah, it's been a rather interesting week and a half or so. For those of you who aren't fully, let me do something real quick here. Just make sure I have monitors turned up just a little bit. There we go. Just wanted to give you an update. For those of you who are not 100% on board of what's been going on with me lately, a week ago this past, this past Monday or Tuesday, I had suffered a stroke recently. I apparently managed to what am I trying to say? It's one of those times where I managed to skate by with the skin of my teeth, as it were, by the skin of my teeth. Trying to avoid malapropisms, mainly because that's another thing that is one of the things that happened is that basically trying to figure out how to speak again is one of the things that was hard, because one of the things that happened was I had a situation called expressive dysphagia. What that is where I could hear what anybody was saying, but anytime I spoke, you couldn't hear what I was saying properly, or at least you knew I was trying to say something, and you had a basic idea of what I was saying, but I wasn't actually forming the words correctly. And it is, and it's the other. If it's the other way around, where I could speak, but you could not hear me, that would be called perceptive dysphagia. And if it goes in both directions, it's called general dysphagia, where nobody's speaking at all, or nobody's listening or speaking. But anyway, that's what's been happening here. And one of the things I decided to do this evening is, since it's been a little bit of a hot minute since I played Power Wash Simulator. Couldn't remember the name off the top of my mind. Off the top of my tongue. But anyway, I figured I'd play the game just a little bit, if for no other reason, just to sort of relax. And on top of that, while I had fun with Brutal Hat Life a couple of nights ago, and maybe a little bit more fun than I probably ought to have. This was like last week, and well, a little bit, yeah, this past week. I'm sorry, but basically, I figured I also needed a few more days just to get myself a little bit more established, especially in this particular new bit of truth of me, for want of other words to say. But point is that I'm trying to more or less get things back to where it's going to take a while. I actually spoke with some of the people, I guess, who was working with one of the people who I worked with for my model, most notably. Anyway, we basically shared multiple same friends, and she told me that she herself had much the same happen to her like it happened to me, maybe to certain to other degrees, but basically the part that was more important is that I am not alone, and honestly it is, and the other thing that she mentioned was that it's not not only is it not not only do I not have not only am I not alone anymore, it's gonna be a work for either of us, so it's gonna take a little bit of time. But since we do have the game up and ready to go, let's take a look real quick here. And we got the music in as well, because normally the game does not have music in it. So what we're gonna do, I didn't actually get I haven't done any of all the additional content just yet. I'm just mainly here for just enjoying all the stuff in the game, so I can at least relax. And on top of that, just spend some time with various viewers, and hope they enjoy taking some time just saying hi, and on top of that, just having fun. Oops, it would actually work a lot more if I actually had even though I'm a lot closer to my studio setup, it'd be even closer if I went to the gaming machine, so I can go here. That. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start playing the game. We're going to continue the career path as I'd done before. So this one's not quite done yet. Oh, interesting. Oh, including the playground. Okay. Okay. Park Warden Muckingham Recreation Ground. Okay. Dirt Finder. I've got a frankly ridiculous situation in my hands. You see, some of the local children have been coming down with curious and unsightly form of dermatitis, and a few fretful folk, thanks a little bit for the alliteration there, have been putting it down to have been putting it down to the condition of the recreational facilities. It's all nonsense, of course, but if we could just humor them and give them the whole thing a thorough hose down, I would be most grateful. Okay, let's give it again. Let's see, we have the usual WASD. Let's see, shift or sprint for usual. Rotate either direction on Z and X. Aim mode is on C. Rotate, okay. We'll deal with it as we go. Oh, let's if I actually walk right. So basically, you just want to relax a bit. Anyway, so it's basically a little bit of relaxation. I hope everybody's having a good evening or morning, depending on whether it's where it is in your part of the world. It's still evening here in California, and it will be for another about 45 minutes or so. I see. Wow, absolutely hideous. But yeah, if you happen to come in and needed to lurk, by absolutely all means, go ahead and join in, and just, again, this is just relaxing. And everybody who's given all the kind words thus far, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all the kind words you've given me thus far. And to those who have and to one of the other ones, thank you so much for telling me that it's at least I know I'm not alone in my particular the situation I'm in. And I figured, if nothing else, even though it's going to be late at night, I figured at least it would keep me from, it would definitely keep me from going a little bonkers, as it were. I wanted to do this earlier, but unfortunately the network was down. The part that the internet-facing side of my my setup wasn't working right. Everything inside was working fine, but once it took a little bit of time to get it back online. Now that it actually is back online, everything is good. And even if if you want to just lurk, like I said, by all means, just relax. And I do appreciate all the support you guys have given me throughout this whole situation. I seem to be doing a bit better. It's taking time. Feels like I'm basically having to trying to get myself back to the point of being able to basically trying to be normal again, as it were. Figured let's get something to start out real quick first, just so we know where everything starts. I have a freeform. I basically turn it on the same. I can turn it down even lower, turn it up higher if needed. But the music, I've decided to turn it down a little bit, so hopefully it sounds okay. I hope it's not too bad. I can remember the controls for. Trying to find the controls right now. Trying to remember the exact controls. It's been a while since I've played this game. Oh boy. That's not what I meant to do. We'll go back to it in just a minute. Options, that's what I was looking for. Controls, there we go. Actually helps better if I happen to have the game in front of me. I went to the wrong window. I hit the wrong button there. Sorry. Controls. Because I'm trying to use the one that at least shows me. Let's see. Where is the one that says Show Dirt? Tab. Okay, that's it. That's what I was after. Oops. Hang on. Hit the wrong tab. Try that again. That's more like it. And of course, this is always loads of fun. Just getting rid of all that grunge. And apparently, oh my God, it's a hygiene nightmare, apparently. Let's see if this does any better. Makes any difference here. Oops. Try that again. Accidentally hit the let me go ahead and get under here. Let's get over here. There we go. We got the center spoke. At least gives us the ability to do everything out there. But yeah, one of the things I've been, like I said, basically get myself, like I said, a little bit more situated and back to where I was, or at least try to anyway. One of the things I'm semi-thinking of doing at some point also is going to the one of the aerospace museum that's right here in this area. Plus, I also want to go to one that's in Atwater, which is in the northern part of Merced County, where it used to be Castle Air Force Base, and they have a whole bunch of vintage aircraft, military aircraft, including several various planes, including the Convair B-36 Peacemaker, which was the main bomber planes that before the advent of the Boeing B-52 Stratofortress. And another one that I definitely want to look at, and that is the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. That you will not, you'd be hard pressed to see something as crazy as one of those guys. Its predecessor, also by Lockheed, the U-2 Dragon Lady, that originally joined the recon at the United States Air Force, and they're still flying today. all this time. The SR-71 Blackbird is so difficult to do to actually maintain because of the fact that it moves in excess of Mach 3, and keeping it maintained is pretty hard to do. But they actually have a museum piece of the SR-71 Blackbird there as well. But the one I really want to see is the B-36 Peacemaker. And they were also one of the possibly even one of the very first ever, potentially, bombers that actually did have the ability to do in-air refueling. When they started doing, when they ultimately decided to go more with the B-52 Stratofortress, that was a bit better equipped to handle in-air refueling. The biggest problem, though, with that one though, is the KC-97 Stratolifter, I believe is what it was called, which is actually partially based on a Boeing design that was also was originally based on an airliner design. Before the advent of the Boeing jet airliners, the main people who do the most of the stuff that Boeing did was all military stuff. Much later, will it ultimately become two different companies, McDonnell and Douglas, which would ultimately become McDonnell Douglas. We're doing pretty. I know that Douglas did all the civilian stuff, and then McDonnell was mainly military craft. And of course, once Boeing started making the Boeing 707, of course, they ended up becoming the biggest name of civilian aircraft. Let's see, how are we looking? I wonder if it's the entire piece of metal. Not to mention, just talking about this gives me the ability to exercise my airwiggle. That's what I like to see. But it is kind of important to make sure everything is working. And another thing I've also noticed is that my one of the things that she was talking about her own stroke was, apparently she was saying that it was having a little bit had some effects on how her basically her thought process, if that makes sense. I'm hoping possibly to do a re-debut before too long, and I want to do it sooner rather than later, simply because, especially with the way things happened, it pretty much happened, it came completely without any kind of warning whatsoever. And everybody who's here, thank you again for coming on in. Ah, there's Tab. That might help with making things a little bit more water to clean this stuff up. There's another. That's another one. I like it. Yeah, we don't do that around here. Oh, that's good. Here's another. There goes another one. Ah, good. I like that. I managed to get most of that, I think. Okay. Well, let's see. We need to get something that's going to be a little bit more, how shall we say, more, having a lot more coverage. Actually, it works better if I just do the individual items first. Yeah, and I played this quite a while ago. Now, it's sort of, I guess I can call it a sort of therapy for me. Because I'm basically trying to sort of start over a bit. Because a lot has changed with me in more than a few different ways than one. We'll just get the little individual items first. I need to do a little bit more tweaking my slides for my coming re-debut. So I'm going to be working on that before too long. Just need to do a little bit more refinement, and then it's just about done. Figure if nothing else, this helps me just relax a little bit. And on top of that, I wish I were able to talk a bit more. One of the things I was also planning originally to do the Atlas V launch, but because it's so close, by the time I get off work, it's just about 3 p.m. and I'd actually have to see if they've actually changed what they, if it's anything what's over on Everyday Astronaut, see if it's that close. That would be awfully close. That's all clear. Let's see how well it's looking on this side. And at times, sometimes whenever I speak, it's a little bit rough. Okay. Am I supposed to show any milestones, as it were, when I would clean off bits of the like the stegosaurs, bits of them? Clean it up just a little bit so we can see what's going on here, so we don't have nearly as much of this awful stuff when I hit that tab. Oh, that is dreadful. Clearing this mess out here. And I'm planning also to continue with the various other titles I've been working on, most notably Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Little Witch Nobita, and a few others that I've been working on. I've got some other things I'm working on in the wings as well, so I will keep you guys up to date of what's coming on. It's going to probably come up in the next... I'll see how things go. There may be some other stuff I need to work on, but more as it becomes available. So I will keep you up to date of what's going on. Also, one of the things I want to do at some point is apparently Tim Dodd, who does all the whose work that's called maximum aerodynamic pressure, I usually use for my BGM. I believe has actually done some other relatively recent, within the last couple of years, with the new music that I haven't brought in yet, which I really want to check out, because the vibe, I really enjoy this so much. Take a little quick break. Get back on there. You know, there's a couple of options, a couple of items that I'm really anxious to talk about once I get the new, once I have the Radiant View underway. There's a lot of information that I was thinking about and writing some of this stuff, considering the fact that I've done. Last time I did a bunch of stuff with theater. With some of the stuff that I'd learned for some of the stuff I've been done, it actually came out pretty nicely. Knowing a bit about with some of the stuff we see on some of the various games we know about. I'm going to sort of keep that on the lowdown right at the moment, because I got some stuff I want to talk about when that time comes. I wonder when it's actually going to start saying, oh, by the way, these steps are just about done. Or do I actually have to clear off this blasted entire thing? Full Stegosaurus type thingy. One of the things I've noticed about this game, it's considered an indie game, despite the fact it's actually being published by Square Enix. That said, there are many other games out there that are considered indie in terms of development, but were actually released by large AAA houses. There we go. That's what I really wanted to do, and that was change the angle. Looks like the whole thing actually has to be cleaned. It's not segmented. It's one monolithic device there, apparently. I don't know. We'll see in a bit. Right now, I'm just getting it to the point where at least we can somewhat separate that from everything else. I went and turned up the monitors just a little bit. That's another thing I've also had to do essentially relearn all my gear from the start. And even the crazy stuff that I normally never had any problems doing, it was starting to overwhelm me just a little bit. But it's taking time. Thank you for coming on in, and appreciate you coming on by and just chilling out and enjoying. And I appreciate the support as always. And thank you for the sub. Welcome to the workshop and labs on the YouTube side of things, Kaikitsu. Thank you. Actually, what do you prefer to be referred to as? Well, good to see you here. Thank you so much for coming on by. I like it. Of course, I can wiggle my own. Oh, look, it's so much nicer now. I got some stuff to take care of in the morning, and one thing I want to try and do at some time later part of the day is I want to try and do another stream, if for no other reason, just to connect with a bit more. Right now, this is mainly, at least from me than anything else, so I can at least, because I still, like I said, it does take a bit of work to get everything back. Get myself somewhat situated. That's what I meant to do, was that. Looking so much nicer now. Gives me a chance to relax. And absolutely no rush whatsoever. But sometimes you have to take a little bit at a time to get things working the way they should. Get everything cleaned out, or getting things built back up the way they should work. And apparently, Power Washer Simulator 2 apparently is either in the offing for being released, if not already released. Anybody played with that yet, or at least know anything about it yet? Ah, that's what I like seeing. And I know this could actually be a multiplayer game. I just wanted, at least, if nothing else, it's mainly for relaxation for myself right now. Nice. I'll take that. Any day of the week. I'm going to take a really quick detour over here. And one of the things I've learned is try and take my own pace, make sure that everything works the way I would like it to work. gonna take a really quick relax for just a sec here. Oh wow, it's pretty nasty over there. There we go. That looks so much nicer now. Now that's looking so much nicer. Oh, I see. There are different segments of that. Let's try that again. Let's see, what else can we do to make it go a little quicker? One of the things I found is making these little small ones make it so easier. Because these things are gargantuan. Let's do this other one real quick here. I gotta say, I wish I had a little bit more artistic talent. I'm not that great when it comes to art and stuff like that. I tend to do relatively simple stuff. Beyond that, it's pretty much on the tech side of things. There we go. Oh, that looks nice. That looks pretty good. Basically making it look nice quickly. Basically making them in small little parcels at a time, if you will. I think I got all the major ones over there. Although, hang on a minute here. Oh yeah, that looked pretty gross. There we go. Cleaning up pretty nicely now. It's not quite what I was after. I was trying to figure out if I needed to be able to pick that up so I could move it around. Okay. I'm also checking another thing here real quick here. Okay, just making sure everything else is working. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Just making sure my mic was still working as well, because sometimes I've a couple times where I've accidentally forgotten to turn on my mic. Oops. Happens to the best of us every now and again, so yeah. Encrusted. I like it. No, that's not what I was trying to do. Oh, there's another gross one. How nice. Oh, hang on. Not quite what I was after. What I want to do is, I don't know if I can actually move that around, because I can't really get to the back portion of it. Ooh, perfect. That works even better. I'll deal with that one later. Let's go ahead and clean up this mess real quick first. Sort of separate it from the rest of the stuff. Katt is missing. Whole town's on the lookout for him. We won't have spring. We won't have spring. Oh God. Be honest, if I had to wear that hat, I'd go missing. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't know. All I want to do is play my game. Clean this mess up. Yeah, that blue inner portion of it should be cleaned up in just a minute. There we go. Much nicer. I may not go. We'll see how things go tonight. It's nice and quiet right now. And thanks everybody for coming on by. I really appreciate it because I'm still trying to think. Gotta go sleep. Good night, Tom. Thank you. Have a great evening. Why is every female VTuber? I don't know. Hang on just a sec here. Okay. Oops, let's try that again. Go a little quicker here, just to make it feel a little easier. What's really sad, unfortunately, speaking of indie stuff that happened to be released by various other houses out there, some of the stuff out there was really, really good stuff, but unfortunately ended up going away. I'm not sure if it had to do with the actual publisher doing it or the developer that went away. That is really sad because some of the stuff's really, really good. Looks like that looks good here. Oh, I didn't even see any of that yet. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and clean that up then. Kinda needs to be then. Needs to be cleaned up then. One of the games I was talking about, one of the games I'm talking about is a title that's called Shoot Many Robots. It's kind of sad. That was a really funny game. That looks like that's nice and cleaned up. Ooh. There we go. It looks so much nicer now. Actually, what I'm going to do is clean out that, still a lot of that stuff for that red. Let me take care of that real quick first while we're thinking about it. That is a lot of single color. Oh, another one. Let's get that cleaned up real quick. Almost thought it was just regular, didn't have any paint on it, but oh well, whatever. It happens to the best of them. There we go. Just about cleaned up on this one. Looking pretty nice. Yeah, I like it. Cleans it up rather nicely. Boy, how do they make it look so awful to start out with, but not that it matters. Probably fumigate that stuff if people are getting sick about, getting sick while playing on these things. That's not good. And before long, I'll probably do another, I definitely want to do another bunch of Brutal Half-Life. That was actually pretty fun. That's been pretty fun. What's fun is all the weapons that are both not just within the game, but also within game universe, e.g. Opposing force, and of course the other stuff within outside of this stuff, which includes Quake. My favorite one is the blood ones, most notably bundles of dynamite and spray cans. So a bit of an homage of various games that are out there, reminding us of all this fun stuff that we've been playing after all that stuff, all the years they've been around. Looks like that stuff looks like it needs to get a coal chisel on them. That's nasty. Making it nice and clean. I'm not so sure I like the look of that, you know, where it says it's like 1 star. Do I really want to know? What did I do wrong? What did I do? Period, question mark, whatever it is. I don't know. Nice. I like that already. Gives me another milestone, if you will. So much nicer there. bit of a hand stretch there. I don't know if it actually wants me to do if it wants me to cover just about everything for that particular spot where, for example, I'm trying to clean up the area that they want to do that whole space. There we go. Oh my God, that looks absolutely disgusting. Where it goes from yellow to green. Ooh, gross. There we go. That looks a lot better. Going from the smaller areas, merging them all together, and it works so much nicer. Oh, cool! I can actually turn it on and leave it on until I'm done. I didn't even notice that. Everything on hold, my God, you wouldn't don't know what they're trying to tell me. Well, the numbers are getting better, apparently. I don't know. We'll see in a bit. Well, if they're doing all this stuff, the business type stuff, I don't know what to say on that. I'm just trying to enjoy myself right now. Almost. I wonder how much left I have in that particular block of blue. Nice. I have zero complaints about that. Oh, God, that stuff looks almost practically encrusted on it. Like I said, whole Chesalini one? Let's go to the next ring, which is all the blue. Okay, wow. Oh yeah, it's a heck of looking a heck of a lot better, that's for sure. Yeah, I was taking my right hand off there for a bit because my hand was getting a little bit fatigued there. Okay, I think for now, yeah, sorry I've been sort of keeping quiet for the time being, but anyway, let me turn this down just a smidge. Oops, there we go, that's better. But yeah, basically what I've been trying to do is just, like I said, right now it's self-care more than anything else right now that I've been doing this for, just to make sure that I'm okay. And on top of that, just making sure that I can, deal with playing the game a little bit on my own, and I hope everybody is okay with that, because it's been a time over the last couple about a week and a half or so. I was supposed to have gone to my speech therapy appointment this past Thursday, but unfortunately, I sort of made a few mistakes as far as time management concerns so I sort of screwed up on that. So we're gonna do that again next Thursday on the 1st of May. So that'll happen. That'll start right around the 4th, 4 p.m. on Pacific. So we'll see how things go. So I might. One of the things I'm also planning on is taking the next few days. Hang on a sec here. Basically, next weekend, I'm going to be taking next Friday and the following Monday off, because I want to enjoy some stuff, enjoy that time. One of the most important parts of that's coming up is my birthday, and I hope to bring some other stuff for you guys before too long. So keep your eyes, keep your eyes peeled. And we'll see what happens, and I will keep you on the beam of what's happening in the meantime. And in the meantime, as I always like to say, I wish you a Slava Ukraini. And let me go ahead and see if we can find someone we can go say hi to in the meantime. Because it's getting pretty late here. Let's see here. But again, like I said, this is mainly a self-care type thing that I was wanting to do. And on top of that, anybody who wants to come in and check in, just say hi and all that stuff, by absolutely all means. I'm so glad you're here. Let's see here. I am so glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for keeping me company for this. Let's see here. And this is going to be just on the Twitch side of things because I don't have monetization over on YouTube just yet. I don't know precisely when or even whether it'll ever come. Or if I have to do certain things or not do certain things for it to actually work. But at least Twitch, as always, basically is a nice steady standard that I can pretty much lean on. If anybody is interested in suggesting somebody I might write into, by all means. Oh, I know. I think we could go too. We can go check in with Luna Pasu, who is playing Crash Bandicoot from years ago. So let's go ahead and I'm going to give you some raid text to work with, and I'm going to give you for those who happen to have subs. There you go for my. For those of you who happen to have my emotes, you can go join with those. Let's go ahead and start that up real quick here. Let me see if she's actually still going real quick here. Oh, shoot, that's not what I'm looking for. Let me try that again. Not what I was looking for, but we'll go ahead and... Oh, there she is. Oh yeah, she's got plenty of stuff going on here. All right, let's go ahead and start it up. I'll start the raid up real quick here. Shoot, hang on. There we go. Start that up real quick here. All right, I think we're ready to go. And like I said, thank you so much for giving me a little bit of company as I try and go on the road of recovery, as it were. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you guys next time. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for coming by, and I will see you next time. Bye. Try that again. Hang on. Try that again. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.